note, every flourish. That's the tagline introduced in 2023 for the Royal Scottish Pipe Band Association's Northern Ireland branch, one of the RSPBA's most active, determined, and communicative groups. Alastair Patterson became chair of RSPBA Northern Ireland in 2022 and has since embarked on an ambitious effort to strengthen the branch even more. One of his and his team's prime strategies? Listen. Listen to the members, the sponsors, the councils, to everyone who is involved with or has an interest in piping and drumming in Northern Ireland. Patterson knows what it's like to be a lifelong, passionate competitor. He started competing as a drum major at age 9, about 40 years ago, and over the years he has won major prizes at every level: Ulster, All-Ireland, Scottish, British, and European championship titles. But he's also a world champion, having won the adult senior section 3 times, 1998, 2002, and 2006, and the juvenile grade in 1991. Patterson has been at the front of Clare, Eden, and Quinn Memorial pipe bands and was Field Marshal Montgomery's drum major from 1998 until he retired from competition in 2007. He is one of the world's top drum major judges at RSPBA competitions and events in the Republic of Ireland, Europe, the United States, and Canada. He describes his election to chair of the RSPBA's Northern Ireland branch as an honor and a privilege, adding that the branch continues to push forward in delivering what is best for its membership, particularly in these challenging times. The branch played a crucial role in securing the 2024 UK Pipe Band Championships in Bangor, Northern Ireland, to be held on May 18th, and Patterson and his team are directly involved with the organization and delivery of the competition before, during, and after the event. He is a seasoned veteran of competition and adjudication, thus carrying the street credibility that earns members' respect. He's done the business, and he's also accomplished in business itself as a senior cost manager in the construction industry, which brings its own time and stress demands. Patterson lives in the town of Castledurg, Northern Ireland, with his wife Olga and sons Alex, age 7, and Noah, age 5. With a revitalized approach to marketing and communication, he took time to speak with Pipes Drums as part of our ongoing Association Leadership Spotlight series. Here's part 1 of our illuminating and, we must admit, inspiring discussion with RSPBA Northern Ireland Branch Chair Alastair Patterson. It's Pipes Drums on May 8th, 2024, and we are really thrilled to have Alastair Patterson. He is the chair of the RSPBA's Northern Ireland branch. He's with us today, coming to us from Castledurg, County Tyrone, Northern Ireland. Alastair, thanks very much for taking the time. We really appreciate it.
Not a problem, Andrew. Thank you very much for having me.
Yeah,
It's
delighted.
good to get the opportunity.
Yeah, so we just, as we do with these leadership series, we like to hear what's going on. So what are some of the things that are happening with the RSPBA's Northern Ireland branch? What are some of the objectives you have as a branch?
Yeah, look, as a branch, we do try our best to be as active as we possibly can. And of course, like we look, like all organizations, we have a constitution, we have general aims, we have objectives that are there. But like one of the key things that we're there to do, and that is, it's to advance pipe and drum majors, throughout Northern Ireland, to do our very, very best to give them the platform that they can sort of excel from as well. And, as a branch, we have been fairly successful down through the years, as we know, with our pipe bands, with our drum majors. We have dominated in many of the grades down through the years. And look, that's come about because we probably have that platform there. We have that organization there. We've had the competitions. We've been able to sort of develop, keep things going. Look, I've taken over this role as chairman back in 2022. Bit of a challenge at the time coming into it, but I'm trying to do what some of my predecessors have done before and sort of continue that good work. As I know you've covered within Pipes Drums before, that new tagline that we have about, every beat, every note, every flourish. What we're there to try and do, and one of our key focuses as a branch working together, is that to sort of show our membership as well that, every band matters, every piper matters, every drummer matters, every drum major matters. But furthermore than that, every supporter matters. Every one of our sponsors, every one of our funders matters as well. And in these particular times where things are getting that bit more difficult, particularly with funding and that, we want to be there, and we want to sort of try to make sure that, we as an organization are working also to benefit them, to benefit everybody, and sort of strive and make things as positive as we possibly can, to keep this product going, to keep, pipes and drums right to the very, very forefront of everything that we're doing. As I say, it comes with challenges. Certainly it doesn't be easy at times, but look, that's what we're trying to do. We have been sort of trying to, to keep positive, bring in new initiatives. Yes, it's testing at times, and it always will be testing at times. But look, we'll keep striving, we'll keep pushing ahead, and hopefully keep that positive approach. I'm a person in life that sort of tries to keep us positive, spinning things, and try to do that and sort of portray that positive approach to everybody that I'm dealing with as well. So far, it's working, but let's see.
It sounds like you have made some great progress. We hear a lot from the Northern Ireland branch, but how about for you? What are some of the initiatives that you've taken on that you might be able to talk about? What are some of those goals based on those objectives that you've already
Well,
set out on?
one of the things that that I feel that we need to be doing as a branch is representing our bands and doing basically what our membership wants, as our bands or drum majors. And it was something that was started probably coming out of COVID, was pipe major and lead drummer meetings, where we as a branch and the branch officers would meet with, our pipe majors and the leading drummers to discuss with them, because at the end of the day, they're the ones that are putting the bands together. They're the ones that are putting everything together. What we're trying to do as a branch is to put together the events so that they can come along and compete at. And at times, there's no point us putting on events if our bands aren't going to support it. So we've had that open lines of communication and discussions. Yes, you have the standard branch meetings, but we have found that they actually home in and focus in and have the discussions with, the pipe majors and lead drummers has been a very, very positive thing. Brought about good results. It's also what I'm trying to do is ensure that our bands feel that they have some involvement in some of those key decisions that are being made as well, because we're trying our best to deliver for them. So that has been one thing that we have pushed with, kept it going, and it has given us some good positive results. At a recent branch meeting there, which was actually just there back in April, again, another thing that I have brought forward for discussion and suggestion at it is that we're now setting up a contest review committee. What is a contest review committee about planning for the future? Because we have seen the challenges, we've seen the changes, we've seen the different dynamics that are coming in there, particularly when we've witnessed what has happened with with the parent body and trying to secure 5 majors. We as a branch have also equally found the same challenges this particular year, more so, challenges with our funders, with our councils. So I think it's only important that we now sit down, and sort of start to look at the overall picture, try to develop what we need to do moving forward as well. And that's where we're having that contest review committee coming about to actually sort of look at it and, as I say, plan for the future. Because if we can plan now for what we can sort of encounter over the next few years, it'll allow us to maybe continue to at least have the number of events that we want, but also to sort of see, different funding models, different things that maybe needs to happen. Even our competitions, maybe there's a slightly different way we need to look at them. Do they work well as an all-day event? Or maybe is it something that you can actually have, as part of a festival event, or as part of even like an evening event or something like that? So there's just different things that I think needs to be examined, needs to be looked at. And that's probably the next challenge that we have ahead of ourselves. we'll get this season through, but I think we'll have to work more.
Yeah, it sounds like, willingness to do things a little bit differently and try new things. But how have some of these initiatives been received by the Northern Ireland membership? Are bands welcoming that, or are they a little bit reluctant, or what? How
It's
have they been received?
it's like everything else. Nothing's ever straightforward, nothing's ever simple, and there's one thing I think pipe bands in general don't like, and that's change. So that's why again we're looking at it, but we're looking at it in a manner that we're consulting with people. We're going to start that process. We're going to start talking. There'll be nothing happen unless it has the support of our bands. But anything that we've been doing so far has been pretty well received. There have been positive feedback. Whilst yes, there will always be challenges. There's absolutely no doubt, and I certainly live in the real world where I know exactly, what some of those challenges will be. But equally, we have to do something to ensure that we can keep moving forward. And that's why I feel that we need to look at that in the respect of planning for the future. I think it's key that we do that and we do it now. We had the difficulties, of course, with the break with COVID, as everybody had in life in the world. We're a few years on from that. So now it's a case we need to try and cement what we have, try and make sure that it works moving forward. I suppose maybe I look at it from, make the analogies because I work within the construction industry. And I look at things, if you've got a good, sure foundation to start from, and put the structure in place, it's going to support whatever else you put there. If you've got that sure foundation, if you've got that good, strong structure in place, then that will allow you to build whatever you really, really want to. And that's where you can bring in the flair and, as I would say, the architect gets his chance to do with the wee bits and pieces they want to do to make it look nicer. We can have all the ideas of the day, and trust me, I know there's expertise everywhere within this organization. Sometimes, it's bringing those expertise together. It's also getting some people maybe even motivated to give a bit of their time to share some of those expertise. And I think, if I can tap into that within our own branch over the next while, I think that we can sort of try to thrive and keep moving forward. And it gives us that chance, and it gives us the opportunity, as our tagline does tell us, and it's something that we do sort of try to portray most of the time, is to ensure that we can go out there and that we can, feel every beat and we can sort of hear every note and we can see every flourish. And that's what I'm sort of trying to build upon. And I'm hoping that whatever steps we do take can ensure that, the pipe band scene remains as strong as we possibly can here within Northern Ireland.
Well, exciting times for sure. Why don't we wrap up part one there, and let's return to talk about maybe some of the bigger picture things that might be on your mind, and tap you for that. So let's stay tuned for part two with Alastair Patterson of the RSPBA's Northern Ireland branch coming up.